and we are back with another great episode of Talk It Out. And we have a very, very special guest in the building today. But before I get to him, I just wanted to send a shout out to my co-host, DeBoss, the Queen of Canada. What's going on, DeBoss?
Not much. We're here. Hopefully, I know you guys are out of the COVID thing, but we're still struggling a little bit.
Oh, you guys are still on lockdown in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, we gonna make it work and do what it do, man. Today we have a great guest on, legendary guest, been in the game for quite a while, been doing this thing, and I just feel honored to have him on. So, without any further ado, allow me to introduce to those that may not know or have been living under a rock, the legendary Bobby Sessions. What's going on, Bobby?
What's going on? How y'all feeling?
Oh, man, we gravy, baby. We are gravy. We are gravy, man. Man, it's a pleasure to have you on. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, for those that may not know, okay, let's go into who is Bobby Sessions and what is it that Bobby does, all of that good stuff.
Well, Bobby Sessions is a recording artist, a songwriter, a producer, and I'm also a master of manifestation. I take all the ideas in my mind and then I work to hold them in my hand, and I try to spread that message as much as I can through music.
Yeah. The way you said that, you sound like you're a brother that's in tune with the universe.
I am. Absolutely.
Yeah. I also am. So when I hear that, I say, oh, that sounds like some positive energy right there.
Absolutely.
You know? Yes, sir. What inspired you in the very beginning to get into this game, and how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing music for over 10 years. I would say I've been in the music industry for 6 years, and I feel like I've really been in the music business, like truly in the business, for about 3.5 years. I think I consider the business when you're really doing it at an MBA level. That's like the start. And what inspired me was I've always been into poetry. I've always been into freestyling, and I was really into sports. Like I played sports all through high school, and that was the thing that was dominating my life. And when I left, I wanted to combine that. I still had that competitive itch, but I wanted to combine that with like expressing myself with the poetry, and rap made the most sense.
What type of sports did you do?
I played basketball, football, and track.
Okay.
Where at?
Saxe High School.
Oh, okay. Which one were you more in tune with? Like, as far as what would you say you were the best at?
Football.
Okay.
I learned most of my life lessons from playing football. You know, working with a team, dealing with adversity, moving forward when you're tired. Like a lot of lessons from football for sure.
So you basically were able to take a lot of those lessons learned from the sport and apply it into what you're doing in everyday life.
Absolutely. Like the work ethic, the getting up every day, pursuing a goal regardless if you're tired or not. I definitely feel like those habits carried over from athletics for sure.
And where is he from? Where are you from?
Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to say I went to school down there, man, in Dallas.
Oh, really?
Yep, I went to school in Dallas and I went to school in Terrell. I started out at Southwestern Christian College, then I went to Abilene Christian University in Abilene, Texas, and then did some grad studies at SMU in Dallas.
Oh, that's tight. Yeah, for college, I went to UNT, University of North Texas.
Yeah. You went to the party school.
You said the Potter School?
The party school.
Party.
Oh,
That's why
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot.
They turn up in North Texas, man.
Yeah, a lot of people from other colleges come to UNT to party. It definitely got that vibe, and which is funny, knowing I went there and then I became a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Which is funny.
Right.
Yeah,
Right, but hey, the key is you just didn't become a rapper, but you became a successful rapper.
absolutely.
You know, that's the key. You know, you got tons of rappers out here. Everybody want to be a rapper, right?
It's a lot of rappers. It's the most sought after job in the world.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So tell us about some of your accomplishments since you've been in this business. What is it that you've done that makes you who you are, Bobby Sessions?
Sure. I would say I signed to a major label in 2018. I've won a Grammy. I've had a #1 record on Billboard. I've wrote a comic book for Marvel. I mean, there's been definitely some cool things that have happened, even just this year, like having the lead single for the Coming to America soundtrack. Those are some big blessings, and I would say the accomplishment I'm most proud of is putting out my debut album, Manifest, because this is a body of work that embodies manifestation and everything that I believe in and stand for, and I'm excited for the world to hear it.
Okay, the boss, go ahead, do your thing.
Okay, you say Bobby Sessions. Bobby. How did you come up with that name? Is it Sessions? What does that mean?
It's my name.
That's your last name?
Yeah, my last name is Session without the extra S. My artist name is Bobby Sessions with the extra S, because I can tell somebody my name is Bobby Session and they always recite it back with an S. So I added it on to save them some trouble.
So you can't beat me.
Yeah.
Sessions, you're talking about now, you just came out with your album Sessions, Manifest Sessions, and you say that you are a master of creations. So your name is really suiting who you are. So, so when you say that you are a master of creations, like what? Like creating your brand, or all the above?
All the above. It's all encompassing. From manifesting a higher version of myself and maximizing my potential, and also manifesting the outcomes that I desire during my lifetime. Like everything, even when I was doing something negative, that's also a manifestation. You can manifest good or bad. It's up to you and your perspective and your intentions, which direction that goes. And I think naturally as artists, we're always manifesting, because when you're making a song, you have lyrics or melodies or beats and different things in your head, and you work and use your gifts to take those ideas out your mind and create something tangible for other people to listen to. That in nature is a manifestation. Us talking on this platform right now is the result of a crazy idea in someone or some people's head, and that's a manifestation. So I'm just using my music to get that messaging out there so that people can be more intentional with what they want to manifest in their lives.
So how is it for you? I tell you, it's like, but how is it for you being able, how do you feel, coming with a soundtrack on Coming to America, the movie? How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's an awesome feeling, especially knowing that, the original Coming to America is a classic movie that has been a part of our culture for a long time. Pretty much most people in the world have seen it. So to be a part of the sequel is definitely a big deal, especially the placement that my song has along with Megan Thee Stallion in that movie. It's like you see my face in the movie. Like that's really like a trip, because it's forever.
Wow.
If somebody watches the movie 50 years from now, they'll still see my face, see my name, and hear the record. Like that's a incredible manifestation. And I was thrilled with Amazon and Paramount and Eddie Murphy in particular for picking the song to be in the movie.
I love the whole concept of manifestation, because that in itself is what we as humans were created to do. We were created to be creators.
Right.
You know? So you know, with things like, well, the most important thing, energy, you know, energy and how it projects out into the universe, and then how it comes back to us or manifests itself to us. You know, I mean, man, it's an incredible thing when you understand it and you understand how it works, because then there are no limits for you.
Right. Agreed. 1,000%.
There are no limits. So there was over, what was it, 15 billion views on your TikTok you did with Coming to America?
Yeah, it was a Zamunda challenge. Yeah, it was like, you know, people basically, you know, they show themselves like kind of in a more dressed down state, and then as a certain part of the beat hits, it's like they switch and they just tap into like their inner king or their inner queen, playing off the I'm a King record. It was a beautiful thing to see, particularly with, you know, Black people all across the world. Though a lot of different cultures participate in it, it was cool to see us just embrace our royalty that exists within us. That was awesome.
I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think that you did something huge for the culture, man.
Thank you.
You know, God is working with you. The Almighty King, or whatever you may call him, is working with you in great ways, man. And I'm very excited about your success.
Thank you.
The song that you got the Grammy for, Savage. Tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, yeah, that you know, it was a life-changing song. You know, Savage, the original, and the remix with Beyonce. You know, it was a record that provided a lot of happiness and joy for people all across the world during a very difficult time. That was, you know, with the pandemic and with quarantine, people being, you know, being forced to be stuck in the house. And I think that led to people downloading TikTok, which led them to Savage. And then next thing you know, there was like families in their living room doing this dance together. And to know that, you know, it provided some joy and some relief during that difficult time, I think it's the most satisfying thing. And that the unity and the camaraderie it was bringing for families, I think, is what helped the song blow up. Went #1 on the Hot 100 for Billboard, and then we won a Grammy for it. So it was an awesome moment in my career. Another great manifestation, especially seeing that Jay-Z was a writer on the record as well. And that's my favorite rapper. That's my favorite rapper. So it's just like I was able to win a Grammy with my favorite rapper before I even got a chance to meet him in person. Like that's wild. But you know, whenever we're able to link up, we already share a huge accomplishment together, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I actually managed Jaz-O, Jay-Z's mentor.
Oh, that's crazy. That's dope.
That is crazy, man. That's why, man. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you here, man. So what type of advice would you give? Because a lot of people watch this show, man. And whether it's via social media, you know, whether it's on the network, on cable TV, whether it's on another platform, whatever. You got kids, you got adults, you got artists watching the show, and you know, there's a lot of people who take stuff out of the show that the artist may tell or may, you know, advise. You know, so in your case, being at the success level that you have attained in such a short amount of time, might I add, you know, what type of advice would you give an upcoming starving artist looking to get in your shoes?
So for artists, I would say really make sure that you have truly identified what your gift is. I believe that there's a lot of people that refer to themselves as artists because they love music, but they didn't really vet themselves to the place of really finding out doing if doing and creating art was their gift or not their gift. So for example, to me, it's very important to identify your gift. Your gift is, or how I define your gift, is the thing that you do extremely well with the least amount of effort. That's your gift. The thing that you do extremely well with the least amount of effort. If you have to force yourself to be a great artist, that's probably not your gift. Even if you can service that at a certain level, that's probably not your gift. I believe everybody has some genius level type of gift that exists within them. For some people, that is rapping. For some, that's producing. For some people, they really love music and think that they should be a rapper, when really their skill set is more suited for them to be a manager or to be a promoter or to be, you get what I'm saying? There's a lot of different hats people can wear, but everybody is in a rush to be at the front of the stage when that's not everybody's gift.
Say it
So,
again,
Say
brother.
it again.
yeah.
People in the back.
The same way, like, for example, I loved basketball, I loved football, I loved running track, but I realized, like, I used to always get into it with my coaches, and I started realizing, like, it can't be the coach's fault that I keep teetering between starting and then being second string, and then I'm starting and then I'm second string. The reality of the situation was I didn't have a why attached to me playing football. I was interested in scoring touchdowns or interested in getting interceptions when I switched over and played corner, but I wasn't in love with the process of being a football player. I only was attached to celebrations or end results. I didn't love the journey. So I wasn't best suited to compete on a collegiate level, let alone the NFL, because that wasn't my gift. My gift was when we left the game and we won a game, and everybody, the whole team is on the bus and everybody's happy and in a celebratory mood and people started freestyling on the bus. That was when my stars shined the brightest, because that's my gift.
Gotcha.
Like, that's my gift. So I would say, identify what your gift is, the thing that you do extremely well with the least effort, nurture that and groom that gift, and then share that with the world, because that's what we need. We need people doing their gift where they can be number one, because nobody can be you better than you. And I think somebody is at their best when they're using their gift that they naturally possess, not somebody else's gift that they wish they possessed.
Woo.
Nice. Go ahead, the boss. I can see it in your face. You got that brought along a couple of questions, man. I like this interview. I like Bobby.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You knowing what you know about yourself, you did a lot of self-study work on yourself, which you could see because that's what's portraying out of you. And some people, and you say, like, whatever position you're supposed to be in or whatever you're supposed to be in, some people don't get it. Like, some people trying to sing and maybe they're not supposed to sing, be the lead singer. Maybe they're supposed to be the backup. Maybe they're supposed to be something. But you have already, know where you're supposed to be at. So what can you see? What can you tell the people? Who would you like to work with in your mind that you haven't worked with that you would like that to manifest out?
Kendrick, J. Cole, Rihanna, Justin Timberlake, Andre 3000, Kanye West, Drake.
Woo!
You got the whole lineup already set.
Yeah. Like, it has to manifest. Has to.
Yeah.
You never know, because people be watching, I tell you.
So when you know what you want, it comes.
Right. Clarity is everything.
Yeah.
So,
It really is. So go ahead, boss.
so you're doing some acting too, right? So you like doing that?
The most acting I've done is probably my Cog in the Machine music video, where I'm dressed. I'm kind of like Eddie Murphy style. I'm dressed up in a lot of different characters, in that music video. I would say that's probably the most extensive acting I've done thus far, but it's something that I'm interested in doing on a more on a bigger scale, and there's some things you'll see from me in the next 12 to 18 months where you'll see more of that side.
I got it nailed. I nailed it, Chill. I
Yeah.
knew it was acting.
Well, Bobby, tell us now what you presently have in motion. You know what you got coming up, all that good stuff. You know, so people be on the lookout and all that.
Sure. So the primary focus now is promoting this Manifest album that's out, Friday, June 11th. It's the best album of 2021. It's the soundtrack to people manifesting their dreams, from taking ideas in their mind, holding them in their hand. So the point of focus right now is making sure as many people in the world get a chance to experience this album as possible. And then I'll let the other manifestations unveil themselves in due time.
There you go. There you go. So y'all heard that. To all my viewers, go and cop that album. Don't talk about it. Go do it.
I'll do it. It's great. It's greatness. The best album of 2021, guaranteed.
Oh man, tell us okay. I gotta ask you this. Being a man of knowledge of self and knowing how to move, what is your process when you go into the studio? Like, do you talk to your higher being before you go in? Is there a process with that, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, so at the process of making this album, I would wake up early. I would take like long walks and just get myself in what I would describe as the receiving state. The state for me to be able to receive creativity from the higher power, so to speak. We knew that we wanted to manifest making, one of the greatest debut albums of all time. So I'm like, okay, where are great albums made? And so we saw like Westlake Studios in the room. Studio D is the room Thriller was made in, from Michael Jackson. A lot of great albums was made in this particular room. So I'm like, okay, we need to go to that room. And when I got in that room, I realized there's like ghosts of greatness that float around the room. If that sounds a little weird, it's like it's an energy that exists within that room. So I'm like, by me walking around, and I'm kind of like meditating as I'm walking earlier in the day. By the time I get to the studio, I'm already in a certain like state to just let go and to trust. So we made this whole album except the last 2 songs. So there's 12 songs on the album. The first 10 songs was made in 10 days. And there wasn't one song that took me more than 1 hour to write. I mean, all the verses, hooks, everything. Because I was in this receiving state. I wasn't trying. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't trying to force greatness. I just let go and went straight off of feeling. I put like, they had a TV in the studio. I put The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary. I had that going, like all the episodes. We had Chocolate Chip Cookies and Bel Air, and that's my process. I have Bel Air, I have Chocolate Chip Cookies, I have The Last Dance on, and we all speak about making like this great album, and we speak as if it has already happened.
Exactly.
And then happen. Like I don't, and that's my process for life as far as manifesting as well. That's the same process. I don't try to I don't talk to the universe or God or whatever you want to refer to. I don't talk to it for things. Like I want to, I don't, speak for money or for health, for this, for that. I get myself in a state of gratitude, like I already possess it, and I feel the gratitude for possessing it already. And then I train myself to accept that as a fact, and that my physical reality is just in delay. It's just lag. It already happened. It's just like my physical reality is catching up to a fact in the universe, and then it ends up manifesting every time.
That is the key. You think of something, the concept of it, and then when you talk about it in your meditation or in talking to the universe, instead of asking for it, you thank them for it. You thank the universe for it.
Right.
And you walk from that point on as if it's already happened.
Right.
And it comes right back to you.
You want it. That's what it is. That's the process. That's the process.
And it works every time. And the power is in the tongue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The power is in the tongue. Man, boy, look, I'm telling you, you don't know how happy I am to have you as a guest. For real, because it's deeper than just music, man. It's deeper than all this, superficial stuff out here. This is something pretty, when two alike energies are in the same space, not even physically, but in general. Like we're talking, but we're still in the same space. You see what I'm saying? We're all connecting. Nothing but positive things come out of that. You know what I mean? And I've been using that method that you speak upon for years. And it has never let me down. Not one time. Not one time, bro. And that's why, this is special for me to have you on this show. I wasn't expecting you to be speaking like this. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we attracted this moment. Yeah, we attracted this moment.
Right. That's why I made the comment at the beginning of the interview, because I listen to words, and you can tell of someone that has some sort of knowledge of self when they're speaking on it. You know what I mean? So,
I appreciate that.
Yeah. But so real quick, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you? In the industry, whether it be in the studio, whether it be, in shows or what have you. What would you say is the wildest moment that you've ever had?
In regards to a manifestation, or just wild, like this in general?
Just period. Just the wildest moment in general.
It's several. Okay, I do have one. I may have shared it once or twice before, but this was 2016 or 2017. I was opening up for Dave East in Dallas, and and it was like I was going on super early, so it wasn't like a lot of people there. And like I looked out, I did like a sound check, and it's like super early, and it was like maybe like it's super dark, and I see like maybe like 6 or 7 people at the time, and then I go on in like another 10 to 15 minutes from like this moment. So I go back to this green room, and then someone comes up to me and it's just like, yo, if certain people in the crowd, like, does that make you nervous? And I'm like, no. Like, what you mean? It's just like, Andre 3000 is out there. I was like, what? And then like Andre 3000 is out there. So I go on stage and I'm performing, and it's barely any people there, but one of them is Andre 3000. And it was like this lesson of like, you need to treat a performance with not a lot of people the same way you would a performance where it's sold out and it's packed shoulder to shoulder. So I'm out there. I'm performing. I'm actually performing songs off a project I put out 6 years ago called LOA, short for the Law of Attraction. So I got this moment in a song where I'm saying like LOA, and Andre 3000 is saying it back, and I met him after the performance, and I was just like, oh, this is Andre. Like, this is one of my favorite rappers ever, and he's here while I'm performing something off of my Law of Attraction project, and it's like probably the most humble, down to earth superstar I've ever seen by a mile. And I was just like, wow, like what if I was performing like it wasn't a lot of people there, just like kind of, like, oh, it's not that important because not a lot of people are here, and then had that impression on one of my idols, like by treating it with the care, that manifestation, performing like it was sold out, I was able to make a great impression on one of my favorite rappers, and it's a moment that I'll never forget.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's deep. That is deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So looking here at the all the different you have a pretty busy schedule.
For sure.
You know,
For sure.
I'm sitting there looking and I'm like, he's got, a lot of different. So tell us a little bit about the single here, the Gold Rolex.
Yeah, so Gold Rolex is the very first song that we made for the Manifest album. I've had an idea for a while of combining that Texas screw sound with the boom bap sound that I love so much. And I feel like when people are on their manifesting journey, one of the first things you want to get is a gold Rolex. That was something I've been wanting, like, before I even knew I would be rapping. When I had hoop dreams and football dreams, I wanted one of these. Like, I was actively trying to get one of these forever. Like, and it was like, to be when I finally got one, this was really like my first Grammy, because it's like a reminder. It's like a symbol of the time spent and the sacrifices made to get to where we are today. And after I put my verse on the song, we went crazy about it in the studio. And we was just like, yo, like, who do we put on this? And then all of 2020, I was riding around to the Burden of Proof album, that collab album between Benny the Butcher and Hit Boy, and the Grammy nominated Alfredo album from Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist. So it's like those two popped in mine, and we sent the record to Benny first. We got his verse back, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. And then, there was one slot left on it, so it's like, send it to Freddie and see what happens. And then he sent his verse back, and that's, that was the birth of Gold Rolex.
Okay. All right. So go ahead, the boss.
No, I just said, oh, okay. That's good.
Okay. All right. So what would you say is your long-term goal in this industry?
My long-term goal in this industry, I have a selfless answer and a selfish answer, which,
Okay. Give me both up.
Okay.
So you want them all.
So the selfish answer is, at the end, when people look at my catalog at whatever would be the end of my career, I want to be able to sit at a table with all of the greatest rappers that have ever done it and know that I belong at that table. And also, from a songwriting perspective, I want to position myself to be like the David Foster of hip hop. One of the greatest songwriters ever, and I want to be that for hip hop, because with the expansion of the genre to being the most popular genre of the world, and we're trying to make music that can reach people all around the world, I want to be able to work and collaborate with as many great artists as possible to get that music out. My selfless answer is, I want my music and my name to be synonymous with manifestation. I want my music to be what people go to when they're trying to manifest their dreams. When you think of the law of attraction and you think of manifestation, you tend to think of books like The Alchemist or Think and Grow Rich or As a Man Thinketh, or you think of a documentary like The Secret or something like that. There isn't an album or a catalog of music that you think of first when you think of the law of attraction. And I want my music to fill that gap and be the first thing that people think of when it comes to manifestation, so they know that if they don't necessarily feel like reading a book at a time, or watching a TED Talk, or attending a seminar, or something that feels too intimidating for whatever stage of life that they're at, they can turn on my music and be able to actively manifest their dreams based on the principles that they're digesting from the music.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Well, man, this has been a real great interview.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to throw this out there. There's a book called Meta Netta. I don't know if you read it or not.
Haven't heard of it.
Meta Netta Volume 1, Meta Netta Volume 2.
Okay.
Get that book. METERNETUR.
Okay.
Written by Raoun Af-Aman. Raoun Af-Aman. It will change. Now that you're on that level, you need to read that book, and it will take you to the next sphere. And you'll see what I mean when I say sphere when you read that book.
Okay. Thanks for the recommendation.
Hey, bro, that's what it's about. It's about us, helping each other anytime we can on that level, that spiritual, theological, psychological level,
Right.
So, but yeah, that's what's up. That is what's up. So tell everybody how they can find you, your Instagrams, your YouTube, where they can go and check out the project.
Yeah, so Manifest is available on all DSPs, Apple, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Music, iTunes. You subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bobby Sessions. My Instagram is Bobby Sessions TX. My Twitter is @BobbySessions. And my website, just for all updates, along with merch as well, BobbySessionsTX.com. BobbySessionsTX.com. And stay tuned for more manifestations to come.
Okay. The boss, you have anything you'd like to ask? Or
I'm just glad that his song's coming out tomorrow, June 11th, So he said that it's being released, correct? Your new song?
Yeah, the album comes out tomorrow.
The album. Okay, the album.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so make sure you all go get that album. Yeah, go get that album, man. And no discounts. Pay for it.
Yeah.
Pay for the album. It's cool to stream it. It's cool. But go to iTunes and pay for that bad boy.
Yeah. It's high value art, high level art.
Yes, sir. Well, man, Mr. Sessions, it has been a pleasure having you. Do you have any last, words you want to say to anyone, or any shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah. Salute to High Standards and Def Jam Records. The producers, AJ Ruined My Record, Jay Scales, Blessed, Audio Anthem, Mr. Lee, Lone Star Music. And salute to all the young legends out there manifesting dreams. I hope that you allow for my music to be a part of your journey.
Yes, sir. Y'all heard it. For all of you legends out there and other rap stars and R&B artists out there that watch the show, hey, get in tune with Bobby, man. He got something for you.
I appreciate y'all as well. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you so much
for your
time.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hey, to everybody else. So, for everybody else out there, man, hey, stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to have a great show for you again tomorrow. But, hey, we have Bobby here now, probably one of the best interviews we had on here, man. I'm loving the vibe, loving the energy, loving the accomplishments. I claim that you will have more accomplishments in the future and blow it out the water.
More.
I received that.
That is done. So, hey, the boss, as you all know out there in TV land, that's your girl. and Mr. Session, make sure everybody go on and pick up that record, not a whole album. Buy the album. Buy it. Okay? All right. Remember, you heard it from Chill here on Talk It Out. So, hey, to everybody out there in TV land, see you tomorrow. Peace.